So this question starts by looking at the remainder theorem, which says that if you have a function f of x and you divide it by x, you divide it by x minus a, then to get the remainder we find f of a. Now in this case, if you compare that with x minus 1, you'll see the value of a here is 1. So let's look at this. Let's first of all define what f of x is. It's our polynomial. 4x cubed minus 6x plus 5. We want to find the remainder when we divide by x minus 1. So we're going to put 1 in for x. And in that case, that's 4 times 1 cubed is 4 minus 6 plus 5, which is 3. The remainder is 3. Moving on to the second part of this question, then, we're asked to do a division. And one way we can do this is by long division. I'm dividing x plus 4 into x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8. So we look at the biggest power of x in our divisor and say how many times does that go into the biggest power here. That's x goes into x cubed x squared times. But it's not just x that's going into this, it's x plus 4. So we need to multiply x squared by all of this. That's x cubed plus 4x squared. And we're going to take that away to find out what's left. So 3x squared subtract the 4x squared is minus x squared. And what I'm now going to do is bring the rest of this down. Minus 6x minus 8. So let's start that process again. How many times does x go into minus x squared? Well, it goes in minus x times. But again, it's not just x that's going into this, it's x plus 4. So I need to multiply minus x by x plus 4. So that's minus x squared minus 4x. And again, to see what's left, we're going to subtract from the line above. The minus x squareds cancel out. Minus 6x minus minus 4x, be careful there, it's a double negative, is the same as minus 6x plus 4x, which is minus 2x. And again, we can move the minus 8 down. And last stage, x goes into minus 2x, goes in minus 2 times. Multiply through, that's minus 2x minus 8. And you'll notice we have no remainder here. So, when I divide x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8 divided by x plus 4, the answer is simply x squared minus x minus 2. We could have done that by using the factor theorem, saying if there are common factors and then cancel above and below, but hopefully we should be able to do long division as well. The last part of this question, part C, talks about an inequality, a quadratic inequality. I know that this is, if I were to draw the curve of y equals x squared minus 2x minus 8, it's going to be a happy face. It's a positive quadratic, it's a happy face. And what I'd like to know is, where does that quadratic cross the x-axis? Where are its critical values? Well, that happens whenever x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So we're just solving a quadratic equation. We need two numbers that multiply to give minus 8 and add to give minus 2. So that's x minus 4 and x plus 2. And we can go straight to brackets there. We don't need to split the middle term because it's a single x squared. And so our two values for x are x equals 4 and x equals minus 2. Now be careful, those are not the answers for this inequality. Those are simply the critical values that when we go to sketch this curve, I know that it will cross the axis when x is minus 2 and when x is 4. But as I said before, this is a positive quadratic, a happy face, so I can pretty much do a very basic sketch of what that's going to look like. There it is. That's the curve y equals x squared minus 2x minus 8. And we want to say, well, where is that less than or equal to 0? In other words, when is it below the x-axis? When is the y value less than 0? And if you look, it's this part of the curve that we're talking about. And so our answers for this are going to be that x is between minus 2 and 4. The only thing we need to be careful at is looking at the original equation, say, are the critical values included in this? And in this case, they're not, because it's strictly less than 0. So at minus 2 and at 4, this x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0, but we want it strictly less than. So it's minus 2 is strictly less than x, which is strictly less than 4.